The Final Four is set, everyone. We have North Carolina and Gonzaga, who most people expected, or many people expected. We have Oregon, who very few people expected. And we have South Carolina in the Final Four. Huge surprise. 45 people in our pool picked North Carolina to reach the Final Four. Some of the leading people that have North Carolina to win the championship are Justin Donald, Michael Cassetta, Steve Katz, Nick Cipolla, Justin Ipp, Chris Niku, Al DiLeonardo, and John Fleischman. We also have some current Elite Eight members who have North Carolina in the Final Four: Miguel Lopez, Dane Espigard, Phil Bolander, and then we have former champions Earl Kelly and Vance Pilkington, who also have North Carolina in the Final Four, but those guys are out and cannot win any money. We had 41 people pick Gonzaga to make the Final Four. Some of the leading pool entries who picked Gonzaga to win the championship are Jason Heinrichs, two-time pool champion Rebecca Taylor, John Israel, Adam Jester, Jimmy Hunt, Buddy Boyd, J. Brad Britton, and Phoebe Cassetta. Yes. And then current Elite Eight people like Miguel Lopez, Justin Donald, Brian Moorman, Michael Cassetta, and Phil Bolander also had Gonzaga. Former champions who had Gonzaga to win the championship or in the Final Four are Mike Schmidt and Kathleen Woods. But again, they're out. We had 11 people pick Oregon to make the Final Four. Jason Heinrichs, Miguel Lopez, Brian Moorman, Rebecca Taylor, Jeremy Bell, Jimmy Hunt, J. Brad Britton, Matt Washington, Nick Buckaloo, Tyler Park, and Scott Graham, who remarkably has Oregon in the Final Four and yet still at this moment remains in last place in the pool and will wrap up last place unless Oregon beats North Carolina, in which case Holly Cooper will drop into last place and pay the ceremonial double entry fee for putrid picks next year. We also had South Carolina in the Final Four, and yes, there was one pool participant who had the insight, the forethought, the knowledge, the ability to select South Carolina. Yes, I'm talking about Brooke Espigard. Brooke Espigard, proving her sports geniusness, did select South Carolina into the Final Four, the only person out of 123 entries in our pool who was able to get that right. Congratulations, Brooke. Nice job. A number of people picked two of the Final Four in our pool. A lot of those people had UNC and Gonzaga. Drew Cathey, Robert Katayama, Gavin Brontoli, Jake Donald, John Fleischman, Nick Cipolla, Adam Jester, John Israel, Phil Bolander, Michael Cassetta, Justin Donald. A number of other people had Oregon and Gonzaga in the Final Four. J. Brad Britton, Jimmy Hunt, Rebecca Taylor, Brian Moorman, and Jason Heinrichs. A couple people had UNC and Oregon, Justin Ipp and Jeremy Bell. And yes, Brooke Espigard not only had South Carolina, but also had Gonzaga, got two of the Final Four. One person in our entire pool was able to select three of the Final Four. Yes, he got Gonzaga, he got North Carolina, he got Oregon, all correct. And that is former pool champion Miguel Lopez. Nice job, Miguel. Many people in our pool got zero of the Final Four. Yes, a wretched showing. Not even able to get one of the Final Four. This group includes former champions such as last year's winner, fluke winner, Daniel Reeder. Also former champions like Scott Dennis and Chris Heigl, both two-time champions. Darren King, Joe Gianosa, Chris Cooper, and Jeff Nixon, all with 0 of the Final Four. Some of the other illustrious pool members who managed to get 0 of the Final Four includes, but is not limited to, Dave Powders, Victor Donatus, who, by the way, in addition to donating his $50 to our pool, also donated this very fine shirt that people wore in Costa Rica and this very fine hat that I'm sporting right here, which is available from VP Marketing for a mere $35. Just kidding, it's probably a little less. Also, with 0 of the Final Four, Tom Skowski, Peter Schneider, Anthony Hayes, Kenny Coleman, Jackie Rudzinski, Jeff Bry, and, yes, I must admit it, my not-so-illustrious self with 0 of the Final Four. I had Villanova, not South Carolina. I made the mistake of taking Arizona over Gonzaga. I had Kentucky, and Kansas, who went down to Oregon. And for any of you who mocked me these last few days as the pool was winding down, I have this very special hat, which I will not wear, but must make a guest appearance in a video so that Mike Dowd owes me a hat. Thank you, Mike Dowd. Jayhawks or something else of your choice will be fine. Flex fit, please, so I actually wear it. Medium large is my size. Thank you. All right, 22 people can still make the money, including 6 different possible pool champions at this point. All of the scenarios are listed on the Facebook page and on the pool homepage, so you can check there for all the scenarios. I'll just summarize the winners right here. If Gonzaga wins the championship over Oregon, Jason Heinrichs wins the pool, with J. Brad Britton coming in second. If Gonzaga wins over North Carolina, John Israel passes Jason to finish first, with Jason in second. If South Carolina wins the championship over Oregon, Jason Heinrichs wins the pool, with Jeremy Bell in second. If South Carolina wins the pool over North Carolina, Miguel Lopez moves ahead of Jason, wins the pool, becomes a 2-time champion, with Justin Donald in second. If Oregon wins the championship, doesn't matter over whom. If Oregon wins championship over either South Carolina or Gonzaga, Jeremy Bell wins the pool, Jason Heinrichs comes in second. If North Carolina wins the championship over South Carolina, Justin Donald wins the pool, with Michael Cassetta finishing in second. And if North Carolina wins the championship over Gonzaga, then those will flip-flop. Michael Cassetta will take down the pool. Justin Donald will finish in second. There are possible ties in virtually every scenario. So if you're one of the people who could tie, please remember I will need your final score of the championship game once the matchup is set. And we take the cumulative difference from each team to arrive at your tiebreaker score. Whoever has the lowest cumulative difference from each team's score will win the tiebreaker. So just be aware that there are possible tiebreakers, and I may need a score from a number of you. Also want to congratulate Rebecca Taylor. Rebecca has wrapped up the very prestigious Top Chick honors for this year, and she can finish as high as 3rd place overall in the pool. She cashes in 5 of the 8 pending scenarios. So congratulations to Rebecca for a very fine showing for our 2-time former champion. Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, it's Gonzaga and South Carolina. Around 5:30 Pacific time, it's Oregon and North Carolina. Enjoy the games next weekend, everyone. See you guys all later.